Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is Collateral Giant Arrow Zap AQ Charge Snake Barrels, and it's a continuation of the most recent video I put out that didn't use Collateral, it just zapped one group of defenses. In this one, we're going to go after two groups of defenses, and we're going to try to get as much zap value as possible. You'll see here I'm quickly demonstrating how many EQs and lightning it takes to take out these defenses. In these two examples, I used 3 lightning, 1 EQ. However, at Tunnel 17 with a new lightning level, we're not going to use 3 lightnings and 1 EQ. We're going to use 2 lightnings and 2 EQs, and I'll show you that right now. So once again, with the test base, there's 2 EQs, Expo, Fire Spitter, and the new defense, 2 EQs on the Monolith, 2 lightning, and our primary targets for this are the Monolith, Fire Spitter, new defense, and the Inferno Tower. But this is why we want to use 2 EQs, because it only takes 2 EQs with the Giant Arrow to take out a spell tower. And let's say I want to take out the Fire Spitter, the Expo, and the new defense, but my lightning spells won't be able to reach that spell tower. I can drape the EQs over all of those targets, and then use my Giant Arrow to go through the spell tower, taking out the spell tower, and now I can use lightnings to take out those 4 defenses. Also, since we're doing collaterals, having 4 EQs, we can open up walls, like just how we used to before EQ boots. Alright, so here's an example of the quad quakes. In this example, I want to take out the 5 defenses to the left of the clan castle: the Fire Spitter, Inferno Tower, Rage Tower, Scattershot, and Multi-Archer Tower. So I use the quad quakes, open up that compartment, distract the builder huts, lightning's down, and now my AQ can easily walk to the right without having to worry about the Scattershot or Multi-Archer Tower picking her off, meet up with the king, go in by the Monolith, and push into the Town Hall. Alright, so we're into our Legend League attack already. Alright, so on this base, you'll see all these primary targets are pretty nicely laid out. First, I'm going to start off getting some Flamefinger value. I'm going to drop down the 1 Rocket Loon on that low-level Archer Tower. Now I can direct target the Expo with 4 Rocket Loons. Wait for it to go down. Flame Flinger. And I'm going to wall break into this compartment just so my Flame Flinger can push up and hopefully go after that Fire Spitter. I'm going to create some quick little funneling. Alright, so I'm going after the Inferno Tower in front of the Town Hall, and then the Monolith next to the CC. And I also want to get the Poison Spell Tower and the Rage Spell Tower. And I'm going to do that with draping EQs over. 1 EQ is going to have to hit that Builder Hut to distract it. We have a corner building, 3x3 corner building, so I can just place my queen as far to the left as possible, and the shot will be straight. And yeah, the Spell Tower is gone, Inferno Tower is gone, Monolith's gone, and Rage Tower is gone. Now I'm putting my king down to meet up with my AQ, because I have determined that she's going to go to the right. However, I should have created some funneling earlier because my BK is now getting stuck on the enemy AQ. So I'm going to freeze her, let the BK push in, and I don't want him to die right away because I want him to get into the core to use his EQ boots to open it up for the queen. Alright, so the BK is taking some heat, so I'm going to put down an invisibility spell just to get him deeper into the core. And he's about as far as he's going to make it, so go ahead and pop his ability. EQ boots open up walls above him and below him, so that worked out actually pretty nice. And now it's time to bring in the RC to support. Drop in some snake barrels. Going to put a giant down next to that wizard tower to distract for the snake barrels. Splash damage is the worst thing for snake barrels. AQ's doing well in the core. We're watching her. If she starts encountering trouble, we'll drop an invisibility spell on her. We also got skeleton spell in case we need it. Freeze spell. I know I use that on the queen right away, but that's typically saved for the minion prince or the town hall. Most times it's saved for the town hall because it's spitting with the inferno artillery. It'll be spitting fire on the AQ and the royal champion at the same time. So here, this is going to be an example of the quad quake opening up the center walls. So in this example, I want to take out the fire spitter facing the town hall, the monolith, then the Expo and Inferno Tower just to the top left. So I create some funneling, and I'm setting up for my Flame Flinger. It's always worth investing some troops to help the Flame Flinger maximize its potential. So I'm just waiting. I'm going to let that air defense go down, I think. Yep, waiting for that to go down. Now I don't have to worry about my healers getting targeted. Now it's time to drop the EQs. Both dropped. AQ down, Giant Arrow, Fire Spitter Monolith, Expo Inferno Tower. Couple balloons to protect the healers. Warden in behind. Free Warden, Rage, AQ charge. And now she's pushing towards the Town Hall. A Valk and a Wizard. Gonna try to funnel that King. He's gonna go just to the top left of the Town Hall. Work his way towards the Town Hall. Use his EQ boots to break in. Then the entire core of the base will be open for us. This is what I'm talking about with freeze over the Town Hall. That works out quite well. Wall breaker didn't quite make it, but look at our Flame Flinger. It's still going strong, taking out that entire bottom right side. A couple snake barrels just cuz. An invisibility spell to push King into the core a little bit more before we use his ability. And all the walls are opened up. And now I'm getting ready to use my Warden ability, so I throw in a bunch of rocket loons and then time the Eternal Tome to protect all the rocket loons, and look at them push right into the core, take out the Expo, and really help support that Flame Flinger and my heroes within the base. And now I'm just sprinkling in snake barrels with the RC to wrap around and support the interior troops. And this, I've said this in the last video, this strat is all about distraction. And saving some back end loons to help distract that wizard tower. Unfortunately, it doesn't take the wizard tower down. It'd be nice to bring a couple giants, something just to distract some splash damage for the snake barrels. But yeah, this base is over. This strat, the Collateral strat, is significantly harder than the one that I previously released, just because you kind of have to luck out and get some really nice giant arrow value. Alright, so this one is a dip, I know, but I'm showing because it's got a really cool giant arrow. I want to get the monolith multi-archer tower above the town hall so that my flame flinger can target the town hall. So I'm going to use a giant arrow off the king. I'm going to use barbs to pull the king into the line that I want, line up the shot, and then shoot the giant arrow. And now I can take out the interior Inferno Tower and get the monolith multi-archer tower as I intended. So yeah, that's a cool little trick that you can do. Now I drop down the flame flinger, do all that work to not test, and have to drop down some emergency rocket loons to protect my flame flinger. And alright, so this is a dip, but if you're Town Hall 16, this is a great little trick that you can do to really free up some space for your flame flinger to get to the Town Hall and get a free Town Hall takedown. At Town Hall 17, we know that the flame flinger cannot reach the Town Hall. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little giant arrow off the BK trick. So now I'm bringing in the RC at the right corner. Gonna help push the AQ into the middle supporter. I'm really hoping that the Town Hall drops before the RC gets there, because I don't want to encounter the Town Hall 16 poison that they took away at Town Hall 17. Looks like I'm not going to be able to get the Town Hall down before the RC gets there. So just go ahead and freeze it. RC goes into the poison. RC is going to die. Sprinkle in some rocket loons. I'm going after these wizard towers to get down the splash damage so that the snake barrels can do as much work as they can. Letting the Warden just kind of tank the Expo and tank everything. I can tell he's not going to go down, so no need to use the invisibility spells. But yeah, this was a little closer than I would have liked it to be for a dip. However, I shouldn't really say it's a dip because they're basically the exact same Town Hall, being that the equipment levels are the exact same between Town Hall 16 and Town Hall 17. Alright, so onto a pretty common base, and on this base I want to get down the Inferno Tower by the Clan Castle, the Monolith, and the Fire Spitter right next to the Monolith. Got the Flame Flinger working at the right corner. I see this Fire Spitter down by 6. It's facing to the left, and I don't want my AQ to go towards that Fire Spitter because it'll peel off the healers. So I drop down some funneling rocket loons to try to force her to the top corner. Getting some funneling down at the top corner. Oh, no, I'm going right for it. Alright. AQ down. Giant arrow shot. And lightnings take out all the primary targets. And now I have an easy AQ walk without having to worry about the Monolith or the Inferno Tower locking onto her later in the raid. Some test loons protect the healers. Flame Flinger's still doing good. Send in 2 rocket loons to take out that builder hut just to make sure the AQ doesn't retarget and go south. Drop down a wizard, some archers to take down those top buildings to funnel. BK will be meeting up, pushing in by the Warden soon. Some more loons to test. Distract those splash damage troops or defenses so that I can drop down some snake barrels just to help support the BK and the AQ. AQ beats through a wall, but King meets up with her anyways. Some more test loons. We're just watching to make sure when AQ is about to die to pop our Warden ability. And the Infernal Artillery was going to hit her, so Warden ability, Eternal Tome, keep her alive. And now we've got the RC meeting up with the AQ in the middle. They're all pushing south. It's nice the RC gets to benefit from the Warden Rage Gem. Flame Flinger's still doing work. Might as well pop the Flame Flinger. Let the E-Titan and Rocket Loons help tank, help distract for the RC and the Queen. Dropping in the Snake Barrels to distract. Just placing our invisibility spells where they're needed, AQ and RC. We have an extra EQ because it only takes 1 EQ and 2 lightnings to take down an Inferno Tower. So we didn't have to use the second EQ on that. RC pushes in, try to sneak in some headhunters. Enemy heroes are all down, and just clean up. Alright, so on this base, I want to take out both Fire Spitters and Inferno Towers touching them in the Rage Tower to effectively cut the base in half so I can work my AQ down towards the BK compartment, where I'll meet up with her with the BK, and I'm going to put a Siege Barracks down at 6 to work left to 9, and here we go. So I'm going to create some funneling immediately. I'm going to drop 2 Rocket Loons on that 6 o'clock Archer Tower. That way I can just drop some minions to make sure that my BK doesn't walk around, and that when I drop my Siege Barracks, the Pekkas and everything will walk left. Alright, so that funneling's set up. Dropping a couple test loons just to make sure my baby dragon doesn't die. Baby dragon is doing what it's supposed to, clearing out those buildings so my AQ doesn't walk north. I'm going to be shooting my AQ off that gold storage next to the baby, or gold collector next to the baby dragon. Drop my quad quakes. AQ. Lightning. I missed that fire spitter, but that's okay because that fire spitter is facing the wrong way. And now you can see the entire center of the core is opened up for my AQ when she pushes into the base. Go ahead and take out the minion prince, drop 2 rocket loons to take out the mortar, just to help make sure that my AQ pushes to the left. And now the only place you can go is to the left, which is great. So I drop my siege barracks, let that start working. King's going to come in after my AQ and Warden deal with the enemy CC for a little bit. Drop an archer, it's always nice to get some cleanup down. BK comes in, almost done with the enemy CC. Some test loons. Wall break, don't really need it because the King's EQ boots are going to open up everything. And we've already opened up the entire center of the base with the quad quakes. And on these war bases that you can plan ahead and you know you're going to be using quad quake, you could probably use the giant gauntlet instead of the EQ boots. So now we're just watching, checking our queen's health. Go ahead and pop Eternal Tome. We timed some of those rocket loons with the Eternal Tome to push in, help take out some air traps. And now we're just supporting, wrapping around with the RC to the left of our heroes, just working on the outside corner. That's where the strat gets all its power. AQ, BK, Warden go into the center, RC wraps around the outside. Snake Barrel's distracting, most of the splash damage is pretty much done. Yeah, this space is just overkill. Alright, here's another war attack. And on this one, I want to get that 6 o'clock Inferno Tower. I want to get the Fire Spitter next to it. Then the Inferno Tower next to the Town Hall. And then the other Fire Spitter facing away from where I'm going to enter. I'm going to shoot the shot from about 6:30. Just creating some funneling. Setting up for my Flame Flinger. I believe I'm going to shoot it off the laboratory. The AQ giant arrow. Making sure I have funneling set up so the BK can walk in and meet up with my AQ and Warden. I've got a couple builder huts I'm going to have to distract, so I might have to do a 2-finger drop here. Yep, 2-finger drop. And then I can drop the other 2 on the other one. Zoom in to the rock, to the little spot on the base I selected ahead of time. Drop the zaps. And have effectively cut the base in half again. Now my AQ can meet up with my BK, and the Warden, AQ, and BK can push into the base together while the RC wraps around on the right side. Flameflinger died a little bit early. Got a ground expo. But the nice thing about the CC troops in the Flameflinger is the rocket balloons and giant. They can go ahead of the E-Titan, pull the enemy CC, and then the enemy CC goes to the E-Titan for the E-Titan to deal with. And the E-Titan with 1 poison, as long as the E-Titan's healthy, will kill any enemy CC troops. Alright, now we got the King working in with the AQ. Getting a free ricochet cannon kill with some loons. And dropping our RC. Putting in some loons to distract that wizard tower, followed by some snake barrels. Not much for splash on the left side, so dropping some snake barrels just to help the BK and the AQ. Had to go to ability already. Wasn't really paying attention to RC, so RC is pretty close to dying. Pop her ability, get some extra health. Invisibility on the AQ. And the raid's over. And just a quick reminder, I will have the comps, practice, and test base below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you at the next video.